welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Generations Studio Series Gamer Edition 03 Optimus Prime. We have War for Cybertron Optimus Prime here. Obviously, like always, he comes with a War for Cybertron background. That's neat. I will admit, I do like these backgrounds more than the movie backgrounds for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. But here we have a Voyager version of the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime design. And overall, in alt mode, I'll say it starts out pretty strong. I do like the front end. The silver paint is nice. I do, and this is something with all of these figures, I wish there was more of that like neon pink and those like these light, like those type of light colors, the neon pink and neon purples, I feel like were part of the War for Cybertron toys, and now it seems they're removed. One thing I will say is I do wish there was an additional flap that came out to cover up those hands. That is a little disappointing, but he's nice and big. He rolls pretty well. He comes with some weapons and storage. He's got some bits and bobs. He's got a blaster. It's a fixed piece of plastic. It can't really go anywhere. It goes right on top here, you know, like that. I guess you can point it backwards. And then he comes with this axe, which breaks down into, you know, this piece can stick somewhere as maybe some sort of gun or something. And then we've got this additional piece. And then we've got this piece that can actually fold out into multiple pieces, which is kind of neat. But those are his accessories, and he's got one more of the matrix on the inside. But yeah, overall, he looks pretty good. I love this design. It definitely evokes that semi-truck idea, but it is very alien. The lack of a cockpit or cabin or anything, this sleek line. I am a big fan of the War for Cybertron design versus the Fall of Cybertron Optimus design. I think this one is the more unique of the two, so I'm glad this is the one they decided to move forward with in a big Voyager toy. I liked the original War for Cybertron Optimus toy a lot. I got that mold as part of that Evolution 2-pack. This is obviously significantly bigger, significantly chunkier. I do like that. The silver paint I dig. Again, just wish there was a little more neon. Aside from, you know, the bits and the rolling, there's not much else you do in this mode. We will compare him. Obviously, here is Fall of Cybertron Jazz and War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Bumblebee. So those Autobots, I really like this scale. I like how it looks a lot together. I do appreciate that Optimus Prime's clearance is way better than Bumblebee's. That's really nice. But I do like how these guys look together. Like, I think that's a pretty cool look. I will say I wish this had a 5mm peg instead of just this this double piece here. And then it's got a port in the back. Because I do like that this gun can turn. It makes sense to me if these aren't really disguise modes on Cybertron that they would allow themselves to have turrets and weapons and things like that. So it's a little bit of a bummer. I know the original War for Cybertron toy could turn. But yeah, he looks pretty good. And I will say, it does seem like in general, the Gamer Edition Studio Series figures are bigger. Like, Bumblebee is obviously a tiny scout guy. He's always going to look small. But I feel like Barricade's a big deluxe. Optimus Prime feels like a big Voyager. I am enjoying the beefiness. All right, we'll get rid of these guys, and let's get to our transformation. All right, to start out, we're going to take these side flaps and flip them out, like so, on both sides. Take those smokestacks, tuck them in. We're going to open up top now that this tab has been released. This piece, blue piece, can go up, and that lets us separate. The arms are tabbed in on the back here. That lets us separate and lift up the whole leg assembly kind of up like this, getting it out of the way. With these arms, they are normally tabbed in together. And I'll say this part is probably the weakest part of the attachment scheme. The arms want to pop loose from both this socket up here as well as each other, but they can separate out, and they'll move out to the side and out of the way. Lets us bring our legs back down and continue the transformation of them. With these blue pieces, the top flaps out of the way, we can bring down our feet and close up to form our shins. I will say I don't love the hollowness, but we'll get into sculpting decisions later. We're going to split the legs, flip our wheels in on both sides, keeping everything nice and tidy, and those legs are done. Now we're going to come in up top, and we have a tab on either side of the front fender that we can just pull these on an axle out, letting us bring out and away this front fender section, letting us flip the chest down, and that'll kind of click softly into place there. We can rotate these shoulder pieces down to give us this flat torso section here, which lets us flip around the, well, we'll flip his legs around first. There we go. Then rotate around the top hood piece and fold it back up and away. With that done, we can close things down around his torso, pop off his arm as usual. And here we've got Optimus Prime in his robot mode from War for Cybertron. We're going to take a quick break to announce the winner of last week's Bumblebee giveaway, and then we'll be right back.
All right, it is time to announce the winner of Transformers Generation Studio Series Gamer Edition 01 Bumblebee. Over here on the left, oh, I forgot to organize it. Here on the left, in chronological, I guess reverse chronological order, are all the comments on the video for Bumblebee. If you wanted to enter the giveaway, like this one, and you answer the question of the day, you got a little heart, and that's how I tracked who all wanted to enter. So we've got all the comments over here, and then over on the right are all the entries into the giveaway. We had 24 this week, which is awesome. And let's see who our winner is. Ran between 1 and 24. Our winner is number 13. 13 is Asrong 1186. So what was Asrong's answer? Studio Series Devastator would be the next video game character they'd like to see in the Gamer Edition. That would be a really cool box set. I feel like you could almost do the Combiner Wars Devastator, just do a remold of it. That'd be really fun. All right, Sarong, congratulations. You won Gamer Edition Bumblebee. Reach out to me on there's all our social media on the About page, and I'll get it bundled up and sent to you next week. Congrats again. And let's get back to the review.
So here is Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And I'll say, I think overall, I like this interpretation in plastic less than I like the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, the original one. There are things I like. I think the head sculpt looks really nice. I think that looks really good. I like how bulky he is, how big and bulky he is, but I don't like that a lot of his bulk seems to come at the expense of he's just kind of flat, and with the lack of depth in his chest and maybe the lack of some molded detail, he comes across more toy-like than what the pictures and what I remember the War for Cybertron Optimus mold being. I do like, there's some clever things in the transformation, especially with the torso, but I feel like I really, really loved the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime transformation. I like buying and playing around with this makes me want to go back and get that toy again. He is nicely posable. Again, we can take a look at that head sculpt. Nicely done. It's got a good amount of tilt and wiggle and all that good stuff. 360 on the arms, nothing really blocking you there. Going out, it extends out that far, which is nice. We do have bicep swivel. We've got a slightly more than 90-degree bend, and we do actually have in here some wrist swivel. At first, it's kind of blocked if you've got something in your hand, but you can slide it out and you can take advantage of that wrist swivel, which is nice. Same thing on this arm. This is the arm that obviously detaches. We'll talk about that in a second. Good waist articulation. He can go out, and I do love that he can do the full Van Damme. They were very careful in the sculpting of his hips and his thigh piece to make sure he can do that, which I really appreciate. He can kick forward plenty far. If he kicks back, he starts... oh, he doesn't even... I thought he ran into Kibble, but he actually... that is a surprisingly hard stop. I'm not sure what is interfering. It's got to be in the joint, because there's nothing here that is... Oh, I guess he's... You know what he's interfering with? This back piece is interfering with his own torso, which is annoying. That's a little annoying. He can go full 90 on the leg, on the knee, and then he's got thigh swivel, and then he's got ankle tilt. So, you know, you can get him into some decent poses, but he is lacking a little bit of that leg articulation, and he is, I'll say, he feels okay in hand, but something about him, just the flatness of the chest. Maybe I'm just used to the toy design of War for Cybertron versus the game design, but the flatness in the chest, the this hollow section in his shins really throws me off. I think it's those pieces. I feel like his knee guards should be higher, so there's more blue on his legs. Those things kind of throw me off about him. He does have some cool play pattern. So he does have a chest that can open up and reveal the matrix, which I do appreciate, and that's a nice matrix. He obviously cannot hold it in his hand, but it's got a 5mm port on the back of it, so you can do some stuff with it. I do like that. He does have his axe, which can be formed into multiple sections, so we can put this on, we can fold this piece over, and it's like a fireman's axe, like a single-bladed axe like that. We can make it even longer, and you can turn it back into a two-bladed axe. I do wish there was something here that it could function almost like a shield, and I wonder if we take this section, can we... No, there's not a piece there. That's unfortunate. It would have been nice if this could just be a shield. That would just be some extra playability. But he can wield his axe two-handed, so you have to put this section in one hand, and then put this section in the other hand. And he can wield it like that, which is kind of neat. You know, bring it over his head for a big swing kind of thing. That's pretty cool. The matrix, I think, fits on... Let me take that off. Give me some access. So the way this matrix works, we can switch things around and put this matrix on right here. I don't know, to soup up his axe power or something. But he can wield it like this, if that's even on camera. There you go. So you can wield it like that, which is neat. And of course, his gun. So we have this axe, which is neat, but there's not really a good place to store this. I really wish he had a 5mm port somewhere on the back to store it. That is annoying. And then his gun, as far as I can tell, also has no place for storage on the back. So if you want to store his axe, you hold it in his hand. His gun, it means you have to take off this arm, because again, there's no 5mm peg. He can't hold it in his hand. And you have to feed his elbow through here. And here is his gun. And I get the intention of the gimmick. It's like his arm transforms into the gun. But I would much rather have a piece clip on this. I don't have a ton of appreciation for this gimmick. It doesn't do much for me. You know what? If we bring Barricade in here, let's take off Barricade's arm. And I guess the idea is okay, you can swap out everyone. But on Barricade, that doesn't even fit super well because of the shape of this bicep piece. You're trying to get something in there and you gotta feed it through here, and okay, that kind of works. But then it means, right, this play pattern, so much is being sacrificed for this play pattern that I don't get value out of. I want to store his arm. I guess I have to stick it on his butt, which to me doesn't look very good. There we go. That just looks lame. I think that there will be fans that are very happy with this Optimus Prime, but for me, this isn't improving on the original figure in any way except that it's bigger. I like that it's bigger. I like that it's a deluxe. We can put Barricade in here. We'll put, get him with his squad. I like this size difference, this amount of scale. That's pretty neat. But especially against Bumblebee, that's pretty neat. But I don't love how Bumblebee looks to begin with. And I wish that this guy looked like had a little more depth, I think, in his like torso, things like that. I wish this like the paint here in robot mode, this like bright red, orange, pink thing, this bright salmon color, I guess you'd call it. I like that. I wish there was more of that on the robot. I wish that you know, this arm gimmick to me doesn't add any value. The lack of storage, the transformation is not as cool as the original. I don't think I recommend this. I think if you want a really cool War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, get the original or go get one of the knockoffs. I think there are knockoffs of the original that are like this size, but of the original mold, which I think is a better mold, even if it's smaller. The only thing this improves on the original is the size. But to that end, obviously, like I just announced the winner of Bumblebee, I am giving away this Optimus Prime as well. He'll come with his box and all his stuff. And here is my question of the day. If you haven't done one of my giveaways before, to win the toy, all you do is you go down in the comments and you answer the question of the day. So my question of the day is simple. As of my recording of this, San Diego Comic-Con just happened. So I'm curious, what is the Transformers toy that you're most looking forward to from San Diego Comic-Con reveals? I think I might be most looking forward to, unfortunately, Menasor, because I never got my hands on a Wild Rider, which is really disappointing. I really want a Wild Rider. I want to review Menasor, so I guess I'm going to have to get the box set. That is going to be my answer. But yeah, go down in the comments, answer the question of the day. Which San Diego Comic-Con 2023 toy are you most looking forward to? Next week's video, I will draw and announce the winner. And then you reach out to me and I'll send it over to you, just like I did for Bumblebee. Congratulations again to the winner of Bumblebee. Reach out to me, you know, on the Discord or any of our social media, and I'll get him packed up and sent over to you. All right, that is it for today's video. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, Optimus Prime for like 35 bucks. I don't think he's worth it. If you can get him on sale, great. Otherwise, you might be better off, if you're looking for a really cool transformation and version of that character, I think you're better off getting the original War for Cybertron toy. That's about 10 years old. I think they did a better job. That's it for the review. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.